Academic Affairs, the Office of Academic Affairs, your Vice President. And I said, in 2009 I did this, 2014 I did this, if there's any relevance or if you need some thoughts on what we did, I'm here. And I was pleased to know that the wheels were already turned in the college administration and they were already working on something and putting together a group of people. We had just 2 days ago of a group of people to address much of the stuff that I just mentioned to you that were concerns of us in 2009, how to be healthy, safe, sanitary, etc. So a group of college executives came together. Ernesto, you're here. Ernesto Valenzuela, our Executive Director of Facilities. He was at the meeting 2 days ago, and I was so pleased to hear that Ernesto was already on top of it, doing a deep cleaning and a more intense disinfectant of facilities around here. Chief Roberts, our Chief of Police, was on this group in this meeting. Chris Watt, the Vice President of Business Affairs, is there. Brandy Bain, the Vice President of our college. Brandy's here today as well. And there's about 5, 6, 7 other people that came together as a college 2 days ago to talk about the issues, some of the issues that maybe I brought up, but then a lot of issues that others have, just kind of brainstorming. What are we going to do, and what is our goal going to be, and how are we going to accomplish that in order to keep everybody healthy and safe the best that we can. So I guess I just want to share with you, I'm super pleased that a week ago I was thinking this, college is already working on it, and within a couple of days, the college actually had a meeting with about all 10 of us. Within 24 hours of that meeting, the Vice President actually put out an email message to the students, and then 24 hours later, another email message, an update, went out from our President today. So I'm just thrilled with the proactive nature of what's being done here at CAC. I know that there's many folks throughout this country that are just going to take a kind of sit back and see type attitude. But the proactive nature of all of these things, and Dr. Span coordinated a little event today with folks just to share information. Fabulous. Beyond that, I guess maybe I'll just hold on to anything else I have to say until there might be some questions here in just a little bit.
Thank you all. So now I'd like to get into a portion of this program where the audience gets to ask some questions. And I know that we have been pretty proactive here at the college, having canceled an international trip. Other conferences have been canceled as well. And so we have been doing what we can do to keep protected. And all around us, the other things are closing, from the ASU online to I guess Arizona University now, or University of going online. Of course, Harvard has done that. Any number of schools you can see. So there is consternation out there among people wondering just what's going to happen here. How does that impact us? Is that virus here and how widespread is it? What will we do if, in fact, there's some emergency or state, which I guess government is kind of close to doing. And so what we want to do now is sort of open up the questions to the audience. And I know just very quickly, a question that I'd like to hear responded to. One, should we wear gloves? Because I've been wearing gloves and to the store when I'm pumping gas or when I'm receiving money back, or if I'm keying in something to the kiosk or something like that, just wearing gloves. And the only problem with that is people will see you wear gloves and then they won't come around you because the idea is that they're thinking you're trying to protect yourself from them and they're taking themselves from you. So even the wearing of gloves brings about a certain kind of scarlet letter of the sort. And then the other thing is, should we wear masks? Should we, how often should we wash our hands? And the other thing is, what will we do in terms of school? Will we be going online? Will we not? So all those things, those questions are maybe some respond to those. But right now, we're opening up to the audience to let you ask questions, because I know that you want to know what's happening right here. And so I want to turn Can you see anybody that has a question?
I have a question.
Okay, just 1 second. If I get somebody to come up and take the mic around. There's 2 mics up here.
While we're waiting for that, there's one thing I forgot to mention, notice needs to touch upon it. We talked about camels, I didn't mention civet cats with SARS and some other things. What brings all of them together? And it's bats. Coronaviruses are essentially live in bats. And all of these SARS, MERS, COVID-19 are all derivatives of that originated in bats and then made the mutation to now be able to replicate in humans. And as sort of a preview of coming attractions, not to make you frightened or just be aware, there are over 200 different coronavirus strains of bats. We've only seen 3 of them.
So
Answer.
if you could just probably maybe stand and
Okay.
we'll try and get that mic more.
My question is, forecast this for us. Like if we don't have, like English professor said, are not going to be locked down for long and because of our culture and everything. But forecast this, how it spreads so easily. Forecast what you see in the future. And how long do you think this is going to be a threat?
I'm not a mind reader.
I'm
I'm a mentalist, of any type of medium. I'll base it on data.
Yeah.
If we look at what happened, 3.5 weeks ago, having 120, 130 people die a day. An epidemiologist from Medical College of Pennsylvania was on speaking about rates, and if the rate stays the same, the number of cases to double every 7 days. So people are saying, aren't you worried? I can't be worried yet because we've only had, 9 cases in Arizona. And those are in Pinal County, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
But all of the members of that family have it.
Yes. What we haven't seen, and we still have to wait, is did they spread it to anyone else who during their incubation spread it to someone else?
How long is the incubation period?
Right now, the best estimates are about 5 days, but they are on the safe side, and that's why they quarantine people for 2 weeks. But again, we don't have enough information to say this is exactly the incubation period. It can be shorter than that. Part of it is how big is the dose you get. How much virus are you taking in? If you're taking a very small amount, incubation period is going to be longer. If you're taking a very large load, then typically it's shortened.
The forecasting, I believe Utah just said that no one's getting in bigger groups than 100 people and stuff like that. How long do you foresee those kind of restrictions on gathering will be in place, like months?
Again, I don't know how long. I can tell you why.
I
There's a why for it, and it has nothing to do with saying this is how we're going to stop the virus cold. It's trying to take the curve. I'll draw it for you.
But I just don't see an end. And that's what I'm asking is, do you guys see an end in sight, or is this infection going to, how will it resolve? It's not fizzling away. SARS.
Again, remember SARS didn't transmit well. Human to human.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a line going across here. This is our capacity in infectious stay in intensive care beds. If we take the rate that it currently exists at, say, in Italy, the curve that we see, that exceeds the number of intensive care beds. And they're literally triage saying, this person can't make it. Or this person can. It's like war. By having people not gather in groups, large groups, you avoid this line, and you go to this line. period of time, it's just like cases, but you don't exceed your capacity within 60 minutes. That's the key. It says everybody can be treated if we do these measures. So it's one to make sure that our system doesn't become have an overcapacity, and we have the ability to treat people the best we can. If we don't do it, then the possibility is, as it has and has in Westchester County, New York, where we're exceeding the capacity to provide adequate care.
I have another question. I think I got that. Okay. Read that one of the risk factors is, you said it really loves to me on your system, but a risk factor that they tag with it is heart disease, coronary heart disease. How does that disease play into this?
Someone who has coronary artery disease or congestive heart failure, you give them a stressful infection like pneumonia, bronchitis, it can set a heart attack. The virus is not causing congestive heart failure. The person has congestive heart failure. So now they have this awful infection. And we have a problem with influenza, for example. Someone who is very healthy gets the flu, they're sick for 5 days, 7 days, 8 days to get better. But some of my patients who may have severe eczema, and now they have this infection, whether it's SARS, whether it's influenza, it's a stress to the body that they can't overcome. They die. They're high because of that.
So let me see if I understand. If their disease, if their heart disease is really well controlled, like if they're not in heart failure,
They may not be in heart failure, but the infection, whether it's virus or bacterial pneumonia that causes infections from time to time,
right,
especially it can suddenly produce an acute, I'm going to say exacerbation, worsening of their heart disease, even though when they were very stable before the infection, now they're stable.
okay, I understand.
The other two that are associated are diabetes and hypertension.
So someone who doesn't have a well-controlled high blood pressure, their blood pressure can rocket from an acute infection because of the stress in their body. Someone who's diabetic, their immune system is compromised. Now, managing their diabetes is even more difficult because the virus is down multiple systems, not just the immune system, but it can shut down the kidneys, shut breathe.
Wait, the coronavirus shuts down your kidneys or just your
The stress can shut down multiple organs, kidneys, liver, lungs, heart.
That's part of it. You're already talking about a person who's got underlying disease, and probably along with diabetes at least, part of it has a negative effect on your immune system.
I read, sorry, could you just verify this? I read those with autoimmune diseases, ramped up their immune system, have a less response because their immune system's already so ramped up they're fighting viral. So this, I like the issues.
You can't say that for every virus. I'm trying to think of what the current terminology is for it. It started here. Used to be called Muerto Valley fever. What actually happens there is such an aggressive immune response that the body actually causes itself to overwhelm the lungs and dies. Strains of influenza that we're getting through, we're doing something similar. Or is it what sometimes referred to as immune starts? we get one part overwhelmed, and then it just leads to another, and another, and another.
I understand that. We'll give up the microphone in a second. One more thing. Is there still a disparity versus women?
I'm sorry.
I read one report that men were getting hit harder and dying more than women. Is that still, do the statistics still bear that out, or do we have gender?
I haven't seen that.
But
I don't think that's quite accurate.
that's not right.
Let's move back there.
I'm still big at, I'm the coordinator here at the Learning Center and Testing, and I have big concerns, practical concerns because of the high traffic area. So my question basically is, what reassurances or what practical measures can we take, or is CAC maybe already taking, to help us with the keyboards and computers? So if we went to online, totally online, and that's another question, I imagine that would include most of the testing that we do, like right now during midterms where we're very busy, is for online classes. So that we would then have to cancel online testing as well. And if we don't, again, what can we do for those keyboards? Because this is a constant that I and my proctors deal with, in that we're not touching, but the nature of the job is to take their scratch paper, give it back to them, put in a password in a computer, a mouse and a keyboard that they have touched, and a bajillion other people have. And as you know, keyboards are not really easy to clean thoroughly. I mean, we could do a switch wipe, but so that's my question.
Sylvia, if I could jump in and answer that, and then maybe they can their thoughts. When we had our meeting 2 days ago, that was discussed, and with Ernesto and Brandy, that was a specific issue that was addressed, and we don't have anybody from information technology that was initially on our list for the meeting. But I see that Cameron Sanders, information technology, has been added to that group to address that very question. That's your immediate concern, but I know that Ernesto and I had talked about spraying things like tables, and the thought was absolutely no, we don't want to spray anything onto the keyboards because we're going to go start ruining equipment. What we did in Washington, D.C. was with like a Clorox or a Lysol wipe that you pull out of the container.
Right.
Our IT folks would do a real thorough wipe down and cleaning of the in and out. The desktop, anything that a student or a person might have touched. So we do a real thorough cleaning. When I say we, I mean a specific person. So we just want to haphazard somebody here doing something else and somebody else. So our IT department back there was responsible for it. I understand there's name on this. Ernesto, am I missing anything, or what should we mention?
You guys been reaching out, focusing on one of the issues that we're having throughout is getting product. I mean, if you know what people are just going crazy buying product and buying more product. I don't know if it's to resell or what it is, but that's what I think that we're waiting for. As soon as we get all that, we're going to keep disinfecting as much as we can.
Well,
I'm old enough to remember that there used to be things called keyboard covers that you could actually buy through. If they're still available, again, 2 of them.
oh, that would be better.
Swipe it out, because away from the keyboard, you can disinfect it.
Well,
If that worked, that's up to him.
well, yeah, that would be like.
Not disposable, you would disinfect it, but you could do an immediate swipe out. Take one off, let the one on.
Yeah, I mean, what is this going to translate into? Because if you tell me that IT is responsible for cleaning, I mean, you must be kidding. I mean, if you have 20 computers throughout the day, I can't be relying on IT to come clean it.
Right. You need something to do right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have to put it. So do we go to gloves, or the other thing is that
I'm not alone in this, the high traffic areas. I think would be one, the library is definitely one, I'm speaking for Randy because she wasn't able to come. We don't have cleaning supplies, we get our own cleaning supplies. I buy my own spray cleaner. Because I'm not allowed to buy that on the rec, and I'm not allowed to buy tissue either. So I buy my own tissue, I don't use, but yeah. And also for students, you just keep it at the front desk because hand sanitizer isn't a whole lot good if someone has snot and they have to blow their nose. Truly, so we should have tissue dispensers. There are no tissue dispensers around campus, and that's something that I feel we need.
I'd like to address that. I think one of the things that we really need to look at is to be proactive, meaning, if we're seeing a person that's coming in, we basically, I think we have the right to say, you know what, we cannot be testing right now that you're sick. We really don't know it's really coronavirus. They can just have allergies, but still we need to be proactive and figure out how. And I'm sure Randy and I will take this back, and we'll figure out how to present it to the group, to some type of ways to let people know that, you know, if you are sick, stay home. And that's what we really need to start doing.
I realize that, but what does that mean now? Does that mean that if one person sneezes, the rest of them say, you need to go home and sneeze? I don't know.
Again, that's one of the things that we don't know, and we're gonna try to address. You guys, right now, I mean, everything's really up in the air on how we're gonna move forward. I mean, we can come back from spring break.
Right.
I mean, there's so many things that can happen within a time frame. Yeah, but those are big concerns, and we will take it.
I don't take them as criticism, they're concerns in what I'm seeing every day. That keyboards, I mean, this is our world, and traffic.
One of the things that I'm kind of helping teach medical systems right now, one of the things that I'm trying to do right now, like a week ago, before you touch anything, you come into the room, go directly to the hand sanitizers and wash your hands before you touch anything. And before you leave the room, do it again. Do it twice. It really may or may not serve a purpose, but sense. So if somebody's coming to see you, say, before you touch the computer, do me a favor, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Just like if I'm going to shake your hand. Before I shake your hand, I'm going to wash my hand. I must, because I'm going to be touching you. And I don't want to transfer my terms to you. It's a start. If they have any signs of respiratory, you have the right as a teacher saying, you know what, this is not a good thing. Have you seen a doctor? If not, would you mind going up to the health office? Remember, screening, why not? You're going to protect hundreds of students. You have to do that as a faculty. Say, I want you to be tested, checked by a professional, make sure you're okay. I think it's sensible. Forget about my rights or whatever. My right is not to infect you or anyone else. I don't have that right. So I'm looking at it the other way and saying, you know what? Let's protect each other. Let's wash hands. Hand sanitizers as much as possible. So if they touch the keyboard has been clean, and then you have a student coming in who just had that there, there's less chance of that student transferring their germs to the keyboard. And then next student, before that student comes in, make sure that we have that wiped. Like, that student better have their hands sanitized also. It's just a recommendation.
I could address Derrick, the two issues about gloves and masks. Because people have a tendency to put them on and keep them on, which you'll have to explain, but it means I'm safe, the hell with you. That's what it means, because I'm moving around and contaminating other things. If I touch something, and even when you take them off, people forget to wash their hands. You cannot take gloves off without touching the upper surface. So you have to still wash your hands. Yes, I think the recommendations now are the person who's sick, who's symptomatic, should be the one wearing it because that stops the spread of the which contain virus, rather than everyone else having them, which is inflating those flat masks. So it's a little bit of common sense there.
I don't know if you, can you hear me? Okay, Brandy, Vice President of Talent Development. A couple things I want to add. First of all, thank you all very much for this wonderful panel and forum. I think this is, we're very lucky to have you to about this. If you have not seen the email that came out from Dr. Elliott this morning about the next steps and where we're at today, this changes literally on our. So as of this morning, the decision has been made that we are not closing campus. Luckily, we have spring break next week. We are not online only classes. However, we have asked instructors to start preparing for that because we don't know what will come after spring. We have identified on the homepage of the college website, far right, kind of bottom corner, a green button, and it says update coronavirus. In there, that's where all the information will be posted about where we are, what we're doing, if the campuses will be closed, if classes will be shifted to online. As of right now, everything is proceeding as to speak to your, Sylvia, your concern of sanitizers, wipes, cleaning supplies. You should not be buying your own things. Talent Development has ordered 1,000 bottles of sanitizer on some truck somewhere on the way here, along with wipes, pour-off wipes that will be to the different divisions or departments. You can be the person, okay? So we'll get that to you for sure. The other thing I want to make sure that you are comfortable with as a supervisor or division chair or something of that nature is that empowering. If you come across a student or an employee that looks that ill or is sneezing and coughing and just is not in a good situation, you have the right to serve that and ask them, to kind of leave and come back at another time. We are kind of putting that into the hands of areas. We haven't canceled events other than our out-of-country trips, the 2 trips out of country, and then the one to San Diego that was recently canceled because the service providers pulled out. But there are some questions. Do we cancel certain events that are scheduled for on campus? And that's really, we're putting that in the hands and the decision of those individuals that are coordinating those events. So if it's or there is a level of fear or just not wanting those people to interact with them, we have those conversations. As of right now, that's kind of the status of where we stand. Does anybody have any questions in reference to that?
At CAC, we do decide to one of totally online. Very difficult to find class online. Places where certain criteria are met where I would still be able to meet with my students because in order education work, so many in-lab hours in order to do the research.
Sure. So for example, I might take a different example. Met with Dr. Tina Berry, our academic dean, who used to be a nursing director, and they kind of have, I would say, similar, so in-person hours, so many clinical lab hours. The state even has modified their requirements because of this. Imagine something of that, the same would happen in your area. I just ask you to be very patient with us, doing the best. We'll work with you, we will work with our students. If we have to extend things to give you more time to prepare, we will. So whatever we have to do is just to make it a safe environment for everybody.
My environment, because we're like doctors.
Yeah.
50 minutes, so, it's pretty sterile, so that's why I didn't know, I can still do my classes.
Yeah, I think that, if we get to that point, we can definitely have those conversations. But right now, I'm going to go off the communication from Dr. Elliott that came out this morning is that not yet.
Mostly online classes, but I thought I read that like student services and everything else will be open. Well, what about us? I mean, we still I know yesterday's date, it's just hacking everywhere, you know, that's not really putting us in a safe position.
Right, so, I think that the idea of shifting to an online approach was that you would have less traffic, less individuals coming in and out of the areas. From a talent development standpoint and an employee standpoint, if you are feeling ill, if you feel like you can't work in this environment, things that we can talk about, reach out to your supervisor. You are welcome to, take the time if you need, obviously, your sick time or your vacation time, the time that you would remain home. But as of right now, we are expecting everyone to continue the services that we provide.
If you're realistically across the whole desk, that's going to use separation to start with. Calling for an appointment, ask them if they're feeling ill, perhaps put it off until, and then definitely write down after if somebody's coughed when they do come in. So just comments.
Anything else for me? Okay.
One more. No, you're not a question person. One more thought while it's fresh in my mind. If I could just encourage everybody to not panic. Pandemic sounds just absolutely. I would encourage everybody just to be sensible, wash your hands, use sanitizer, and just get into that mode and not panic. I got paid today, so we did our usual grocery shopping. What kind of a crowd do you think we saw at the store? Oh, it was terrible. We were at Sam's Club, and it was worse than Christmas. I tell you, it was worse than Christmas. We could not get toilet paper. We could not get buy because the shelves were all empty. And why? Because people are in a state of panic because they hear this word pandemic. But we'll get through. We just need to be clean and think about some, we say common sense tactics to get through it.
So what you've indicated is that this thing that the virus by touching surfaces where the virus is. So that would assume that it's nothing that's airborne. That would assume that there are no mosquitoes. What other ways of touching surfaces might there be?
It's airborne. Is it? Yeah. Inhalation of respiratory droplets, and they are small in size. The person who sneezes, there's stuff falling goes out of the air quickly. However, there's these aerosols that stay in the air for hours. That's what we worry about. It's not as contagious as measles. Measles, it's hours on hours that we worry about. The thing about touching surfaces, it's not just the touching the surface, it's then going to mucous membranes. Nose and eyes. Keep your hands out of your nose, out of your eyes, out of your mouth. There was a study done, rather interesting, because this is the same thing we say about other viruses, other organisms. Keep your hands away from your face. The study was to look and see how many times people touched mouth, nose, or eyes per minute for a 1 hour period. And it was on average 10 times a minute. Now, what makes the study interesting, the study was done at the Infectious Disease Society of America. People should know better.
Well, if you saw the lady, I don't know her name, on the news the other day, I'm sure it's got, who gave all the directions on what to do and not do, and when she was done telling us not to touch her face. And that's a nasty habit that I see a lot also.
I say that to students all the
I
time.
have my own staff that I have to be honest. It's really an unhygienic habit of the licking to flip pages.
I caught myself at the grocery store a week or so ago at Walmart. I shop at Sam's Club at Walmart. Putting the self checkout, the bags, they always get stuff together.
Yes.
And I have that nasty habit of caught myself, and I thought, no, it's stupid. You don't want to do that right now. You just want to. But it's a habit. It's terrible habits that we get into. And I'm here right now, really wanting to. And I'm trying to hold my hands like this to keep it down here.
So overall, what's your for Pinell County? What's the outlook? Should there be great concern or just great precaution?
think common sense helps. If we panic, it makes things because people forget the simple rules. The simple rules are, if I'm sick, I'm going to stay home. Run to the doctor's office where there are 50 other people in the waiting room who are sneezing and coughing. And I'm going to give it to them. So, A, stay calm. Stay home. Yourself. See what you feel. If you feel like I've got 104 fever, I'm coughing my head off, I'm worried. But don't go running to the doctor's office. Call the doctor's office and say, look, I'm really sick. What do you think? Is there a place that I can come in and you guys can put me into the room in the back right away so that I don't spread it to everyone? Number one. Number two, don't go to school. Don't go visit your grandma, who's 94 in a nursing home. Simple are so much more helpful in preventing this infection than this herd mentality. It's sad. Toilet paper is not going to save America. All right? Neither. It's using my noggins, okay? Thinking about what am I doing? Okay. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't be licking my finger in a grocery store and opening up the grocery side. It's one of my pet peeves because I hate to do this and then I have to, and it still won't come apart, okay? Especially fries. I'm sorry if you work at fries, but it's tough. It's easy to lick my finger. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I've worked 5 years in Mexico. We boiled our water. So don't go hoarding water. If you have water at home, if you're worried, boil it. Bring it to a boil, cool it down. Fine, it's cheap. Instead of buying cases and cases of water and stacking it in the garage for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. To me, that's not sensible. And 3, soap. I don't care what brand of soap you want. You have, whether it smells or not, whether it's an antibacterial soap or not. I believe in antibacterial soap, but soap is soap. But simple, lather the soap. Just touching the soap isn't going to kill the virus. Wash your hand, wet your hand, apply soap, and apply it till it lathers. It's that lathering effect. Okay, it breaks down the barrier between your skin and the bacteria and virus. And then when you rinse off with water, it's rinsed off. So just by touching soap and thinking that's it, like my brother, when he was little, he would just wet his head thinking he's shiny. Wait a minute, your ears are still dry. So yes, make sure that we lather up. You don't have Purell, that's okay. You have soap at home and water at home, use it.
I have an answer to your question, a little bit different. My classification will be dependent upon what happens the next couple weeks. Currently, we have what it could be called a sporadic cases. So, will there be a doubling? This is the question. If it hasn't happened, then it says we're looking at sporadic cases. We're not going in an endemic situation. One of my students and one of the faculty members asked the same question, aren't you concerned? I said, are you asking that because of my age? I fit into that group that has a high mortality rate, a wife who's hypertensive, so triply so. That's not what concerns me right now. What concerns me is that the index acquired it and we don't know who she acquired it from. So there's somebody out there who has not been diagnosed, who gave it to her, transmitted the virus. that concerns me more than anything else. I'd like to end it. So, but notice, I don't get overly excited.
So again, we have opportunity for you guys to make just about 3 more closing comments. So then we will.
I think I just made mine.
Now, just one other, I guess, thought here in closing, which you just said, it's a concern, be clean, wash, and that sort of stuff. But there's other out there as well, and I've learned how to adapt with them. For example, I'm not going to get killed by a drunk because I don't go out Friday and Saturday nights when it's most risky. So whatever the situation may be in life, just think about what you can do to minimize that risk. Stay at home Friday and Saturday night, grade papers or whatever. In this case, wash your hands, be clean, sanitary, and get one through it.
I have the last say so. I can't believe that. I never get that opportunity, so I'll take it. Get your flu vaccines. Please get your flu vaccines. I can't tell you how much that helps, not just you, your family, your community, the whole state. Because we have a lot of folks coming through Pinell County. And they bring this wonderful stuff called the influenza virus to our town. We do it. Acquired it from them. They're wonderful people. They love to shop. They're coughing. And you're in the grocery store. They're giving it to you for free. Get the flu vaccine. At least you have something to fight. Thank you all for coming.
So at the beginning, we said that NCAA, of course, have canceled their games. The NBA has now canceled theirs, and those are all the adults. And since that time, I have learned that the International League canceled all of their games. It went from the adults to the league. And just so I see my ethics class tonight. I'm doing class at 4:30. Thank you all for coming, and let's give our guests another.
Tell my wife that I showed the slides, right?